Are you old and not quite up to date with the hip card game lingo? Here's your visual dictionary to help you with learning some of the confusing keywords and terms, both official and unofficial, that might help you in the middle of your game. The difference between keywords and terms are that keywords are the words printed on cards to describe actions or effects, such as blocker, while terms are words and phrases used by fans to describe interactions in a more concise manner. As of the making of this video, there are currently 16 keywords, those being blocker, security attack, recovery, piercing, draw, jamming, Digisorption, Reboot, De-Digivolve, Retaliation, Digi-Burst, Rush, Blitz, Delay, and most recently added Decoy. When it comes to terms, I will only be going over some of the more important ones to know. Since the game is still growing, only time will tell if new ones come up into relevance. Getting started with our first keyword being blocker. This effect can be used against an attack from an opposing Digimon. The target of the attack changes to the Digimon that used blocker, taking the place of the original target. Speaking of attacks, most people refer to them as swings. So when someone says swing at security, it means they're attacking your security. So, for an example, I swing my Blitz Greymon at your security, but you use your Commandramon to block it. You've successfully protected your security, right? Unfortunately, no. Blitz Greymon has the keyword piercing, which allows a Digimon that survives battle with another Digimon to do their security checks unimpeded. Additionally, Blitz Greymon has the inherited effect from Greymon, security attack +1. This will modify the amount of security attacks a Digimon can do. If it has plus, it will do its one given security attack, then it will do additional attacks depending on the amount they have added. In this case, it's one additional, so Blitz Greymon will be doing 2 checks. However, if a Digimon with additional security attacks is deleted during a security check, they will not be able to perform any of their additional security attacks. To go along with security attack plus, there's also security attack minus, which will reduce the amount of security checks a Digimon can do based on the number. A little bit ago, we talked about an inherited skill. This is any skill a Digimon gains from an evolution source that is underneath it, which is why it's commonly referred to as an evolution source skill, or ESS for short. Evolution sources have more than just one use though. Digi-Burst is an effect that can be activated by trashing evolution sources from underneath the Digimon activating the skill. Some require more sources than others, but generally they provide a more powerful effect the more you have to trash. Keep in mind that you cannot activate the skill if you do not meet the required amount of sources. There is another way to remove Digivolution sources, but only those of the opposing player. Cards like Hexe have effects that let you remove a certain amount of sources from opposing Digimon, or source stripping, commonly just called stripping. This is currently an ability exclusive to blue cards, and have many cards, like Bluekomon, that benefit from source stripping. Another card that benefits from source stripping is Absolute Blast, allowing you to send an opposing Digimon with no Digivolution sources back to the bottom of the deck. This is commonly called spinning. Additionally, there's Bouncing, which returns a card to your hand, spinning equals deck, and bounce equals hand. Moving on to another color exclusive ability, we have Blitz. Like I said, this is exclusive to red with one major exception. This keyword allows a Digimon to attack even after the memory gauge moves to the opposing side. It's paired with the when Digivolving tag, so you'll only be able to use Blitz after Digivolving and removing a lot of ruling headaches. Digimon will also have Summoning Sickness the turn they come into play. This is different from most games with Summoning Sickness because they'll still be able to use their skills, just not be able to attack. Keep in mind that evolving on top of a Digimon is different from playing a Digimon. So if you played a Bluekomon last turn and evolved it to a Paildramon this turn, it will be able to attack. To quickly go over a few terms all at once, let's go through another example. You end the turn by playing Terriermon from your hand, moving the marker to 3 on my side. I respond by playing Dartramon from my hand for its full cost. Playing a Digimon for their full play cost is typically called hard casting or hard playing. Normally, this would move the marker over to 10 on your side, but because of Dartramon's on play effect, I get to move the 5 Commandramon from my trash to the top of my deck to gain back 2 memory for each, putting the marker back at 0. Or that's how it would work if Terriermon wasn't played. Due to his effect, I cannot gain any memory outside of Tamer effects. When this happens, it's typically referred to as whiffing or fizzling whenever an effect or an attack doesn't work. Now, for the sake of example, let's say you played Terriermon Assistant instead and Darkdramon's effect had resolved. Then, due to summoning sickness, Darkdramon wouldn't be able to attack. Again, that would be the case if Darkdramon didn't have the keyword Rush. Rush allows a Digimon to attack even on the turn they come into play. Something to keep in mind is that this doesn't remove the fact they came into play this turn, just that they can attack this turn. This only applies as long as they have the keyword Rush. So if I Digivolve my Darkdramon into Ultra S, it will no longer be able to attack because it lost Rush. Next up we have Jamming. This allows a Digimon to survive any battle it does with a Digimon in security. This only applies to Digimon in security and not Digimon currently on the field. So even if Dino Beamon swings to security, if the opposing player blocks with Bancho Golemon, Dino will still die. Moving right on to Retaliation. If a Digimon with Retaliation dies in battle, it also kills the Digimon it battled. This is a purple exclusive keyword. The green exclusive keyword is Digisorption. This lets you suspend one of your Digimon, or if Ceresmon is in play, one of the opposing Digimon, to remove Digivolution cost. Keep in mind that you cannot remove Digivolution cost if you are evolving in the raising area, as effects cannot affect the raising area. De-Digivolution is possible with the keyword De-Digivolve. This allows you to remove Digimon from the top of an opposing Digimon's evolution stack up to the number indicated on the card, or until it's level 3 because baby Digimon cannot be anywhere but in the raising area. Reboot lets you unsuspend the Digimon with the keyword during the opponent's unsuspend phase. This is useful for Digimon like Ragnarlordmon, who can easily gain blocker from his evolution source skills. Following that, we have Decoy. This allows you to delete the Digimon with the keyword when a Digimon of the color stated on the card would be deleted by an effect. So if your Bancho Golemon would be deleted by Gaia Force, you can delete Machmon in its place. The next few all deal with moving cards from the deck to somewhere. Recovery is the yellow exclusive keyword and takes a card or cards from the top of the deck and puts it on top of your security stack. Draw lets you draw a card according to the number next to the keyword. Finally, we'll look at the option card Red Memory Boost. This lets you look at the top 4 cards of your deck and add one red Digimon from them to your hand. Then you put the rest on the bottom of the deck. This is what we call a searcher, but if you're familiar with any other card game, this might confuse you a little bit. As of the making of this video, we don't have any card that lets you actually go into the deck at all, so this is the closest we get to searchers. The other thing about this card is it has the keyword Delay, an option exclusive keyword. This puts an option card onto the battle area and lets them stay there for additional uses. In this case, it's to gain 2 memory. Delay effects can't be used the same turn they enter the battle area though. And that's all the current important keywords and terms that you should know. I'll be making follow-ups to this video as time goes on when we get more, so if you think there's anything I missed that's important, go ahead and leave in the comments. I'm bad at intros, so subscribe.